This video is going to cover effective annual interest rate and inflation on interest. So first definition, effective annual interest rate is the interest rate that's annualized with compound interest. So we talked in previous class, the compound interest means you can still earn interest on the previously earned interest. And then there's also annual percentage rate, which is the interest rate that's annualized in simple interest. So you are not earning interest on the previously earned interest. You are only earning interest on the principal you have. If you go to a bank and apply for a credit card, you usually see the annual percentage rate, or they call it APR for short. So that interest rate you are getting is the simple interest. It's not compounding, so it's lower than the effective annual interest rate. Okay. Let's get into formulas. Suppose the monthly rate, we call it MR, is 1%. Okay, then the APR, the annual percentage rate, is just the MR times 12. Okay, so APR equals MR times 12. That's easy. And the effective annual interest rate, which is a compounding interest rate, we use 1 plus MR to the 12th minus 1. So that's the formula for the effective annual interest rate. Let's get into the numbers. If the monthly rate is 1%, then the APR, look in the bottom here, the simple interest is 0.1 times 12, which is 12% a year. So the annual percentage rate every year is 12%. The effective annual rate, the EAR, is 1 plus 0.1, 0.01 to the 12th minus 1. Okay, that's the second formula here, and that gives 1 plus 0.01 to the 12th minus 1 gives 12.68%. Okay, so you can see when you get an interest rate, when you get an APR of 12%, the effective interest rate you are paying for your credit card is actually higher than 12%. Okay, and you know actually the more frequently you compound your interest, the higher effective interest rate is going to be. Say, for example, if we know the quarterly rate is 3%, then the EAR will be, okay, so here in this example, it's compounding 4 times a year. Okay, it's a quarterly rate of 3%, which means you compound every 3 months. So that's 4 times a year. So using the same formula as before, but instead of using the monthly rate, we are using the quarterly rate. Okay, so it's 1 plus 0.3, 1 plus 0.3 to the 4th, to the times you compound it, minus 1. Okay, and this gives 12.55%. Okay, so if we are compounding every quarter, then the effective annual interest rate is lower than the interest rate you get for compounding every month. However, it's still higher than the simple interest if you do not compounding at all. Next, what if we compound the interest as frequently as possible? And we call this a continuous compound interest. Okay, so suppose the nominal interest every year is 12%. Okay, so in this example, you can use the math to deduct the results. I don't expect that from you. So for simple, I will just give you the formula. The effective annual interest rate for compounding interest, for continuously compound interest, is just e to the r. Okay, so the EAR here is e is the natural log, to the I is the annual interest rate, which is 12% minus 1. Okay, so here you get e to the 0.12 minus 1, and that gives you 12.75%. Okay, so you see if you compound as frequently as possible, that gives you the highest effective annual interest rate. And if we want to calculate how much money you can earn, how much money you will get in the future, the formula will be this. So FV stands for the future value, PV stands for the present value, and E is the natural log, I is interest rate, and the T here, okay, T here is number of years, okay, the time period you put your money into the bank. So the future value equals the present value times e to the I times t. Okay. So next we are going to talk about inflation. So this is going to be like a review for your micro class. First, the definition. Inflation is the rate at which prices as a whole are increasing. Okay? And the nominal interest rate is the rate at which money invested grows. And the real interest rate is the rate at which the purchasing power of the investment increases. Okay? And the formula gives 1 plus the real interest rate equals 1 plus the nominal interest rate divided by 1 plus inflation rate. Okay? And this is the formula, this is exact formula to calculate the real interest rate. However, there's also approximation formula. Okay, so for the first formula, if we times for both sides, we times 1 plus inflation rate, what we will get is 1 plus real interest rate equals 1 plus nominal interest rate times, let me go through this again. So here, if we times 1 plus the inflation rate in both sides, we get 1 plus the real interest rate times 1 plus inflation rate equals 1 plus nominal interest rate. Okay, so we cancel out the number 1 here, and what we will get is the real interest rate equals the nominal interest rate plus the inflation rate plus nominal interest rate times inflation rate. Suppose the nominal interest rate and the inflation rates are both very small, then the nominal interest rate times the inflation rate can be very trivial, and then we can just drop it, and that gives us approximation formula. The real interest rate equals approximately equal to the nominal interest rate minus the inflation rate. Okay. However, in the exam, if you see a question asking you specifically the real interest rate, then you need to use the first formula. If it asks you specifically to use the approximated real interest rate, then you can use the second formula. Okay, and the proper time to use the approximation formula actually is you need to make sure the nominal interest rate times inflation rate is very small, it's trivial. Okay, say if there is a time when the inflation rate is extremely high, it's like 50%, then it's not trivial, and then you cannot drop the term. You cannot use this formula. Okay. Let's see an example. If the interest rate on 1 year government bonds is 6% and the inflation rate is 2%, what's the real interest rate? So in this example, the 1 plus, you just apply the first formula, and then you will get 1 plus 0.6 divided by 1.02. Okay, so the real interest rate is 1.039 minus 1, so that's 3.9%. And then the approximation real interest rate, which is easy, just to use the government bond 6% minus 2%, that gives you 0.4%. Okay.